He would only tell the funny stories.
And Roger Greenwood's funny stories came from a very unlikely place.
Even you as his son, he never shared a bad story?
No.
Never?
Never.
He was Gary Greenwood's dad, a soldier in World War II. Faded black and white pictures capture the machismo and bravado of a teenage boy on a grand adventure. Pictures that suggest these are the eyes that hadn't yet witnessed the horrors of war.
I think that was common to many, many veterans. They just didn't want to talk about all the bad things they saw.
Bad things that were just buried deeper in that box.
Do you wish he'd talk to you about this?
Oh, yes.
His late father's possessions included a German leather first aid kit taken from a Nazi officer.
Marks, lots of marks.
European money, Nazi medals and ribbons, and an officer's ceremonial dagger.
It's an officer's dagger, dress dagger.
Still sharp, still imposing with its Nazi insignia. Just a few of the spoils of war that a young, victorious American soldier was able to bring home.
Here's Heidelberg, that's in southern Germany.
And along with his detailed typewritten account of every city, every move his Army unit made from 1943 to 1945.
They didn't talk about it, and so we didn't ask.
Are dozens of other black and white pictures the young soldier
Sure wish I had now.
had taken himself.
It just kind of blew me away.
Gary's wife, Pam.
To actually see them is just, it just wrenches your heart.
Knows it wrenched the heart of that young soldier, too.
This one's kind of hard to see, but they're, stacked kind of like cordwood.
Picture after picture.
Put it in the back of his mind and lock it away.
Of the internment camp victims the soldiers were too late to save.
In this picture, they're all laid out along the street.
We've chosen to blur the worst of these photos. Decades later, they are still shocking and painful to see.
Disturbing. Very disturbing. I often marvel about how people like Hitler or Stalin or Lenin
Ever come to power?
ever got power and ever got a whole country to go along to try to exterminate a whole people. Every time I look at them, it's just almost unbelievable that it happened that way.
But because it did, Gary and his family don't want to put these pictures back on a shelf. They want them to go to a museum, a place where they can be studied and saved.
Where they can be protected and seen so the people who go can have one more item that shows them that this was real, it really did happen. And to remember that it happened. We should never forget this. And I hope people won't, but I fear that they will.
But if we don't remember our history, we're destined to repeat it.
Put it away in the back of their mind and maybe not let things get that far again.
For that reason, the Holocaust and Human Rights Museum in Dallas is working with the Greenwood family, working to authenticate and perhaps add the photos to their archives. Pictures to add to the horrible mountain of evidence that they don't want the world to forget. For Gary Greenwood, another contribution from his soldier dad, who helped win that difficult war.
I'm glad he took the pictures so we could show people what happened.
Helped win the war with a rifle, and with a camera is still sending a powerful message too. In Fairview, Texas, I'm Kevin Reese.